Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to lesson 6, which is where we will be making inferences about Michelangelo's and Raphael's artistic achievements. So, in lesson 5 yesterday, we read about the artistic achievements and the sculptures and the arts and everything that Michelangelo and Raphael created. So we're going to be making those inferences, which is one of our big words this unit, about their achievements. So this is your lesson 6. So welcome to your lesson 6 reading lesson for today of unit 5. The first thing that we're going to discuss is our core vocabulary, boys and girls. Our core vocabulary. But before we do that, we're going to look at our cup. So what we know, what we're going to understand, and what we'll be able to know by the end of our lesson. So what we will know is the spirit of the Renaissance. So how was it like to live during the Renaissance? We're also going to understand how we identify and explain the function of prepositions and prepositional phrases and sentences. And lastly, we're going to look at Michelangelo and Raphael's works of art and how they represent the spirit of the Renaissance using the evidence, which is what we find throughout our text. Our core vocabulary is the same core vocabulary that we went and discussed over in lesson 5. The first word is accurately. That means correctly doing something without mistakes or errors. Modest is shy and quiet. It does not brag about oneself. Portray is to show someone or something in a painting, book, or etc. Reluctantly is unwillingly or unenthusiastically. A scholar is a student, a person who has studied a subject for a long time and knows about it. And superior is the highest quality. Your Spanish cognates or the Spanish words that look very similar to their words that mean they have the same meaning in English. And then we have 2 additional core vocabulary words here is Madonna, which is another way to identify Mary, the mother of Jesus, and eptapha, something written or something it said in the memory of a person who died. Okay, so next, boys and girls, we're going to review over lesson 5. What is Humanicism? So we've been talking about this for the last few lessons, and here's some key points. It's an emphasis on the realistic representation of the human form and portrayal of human emotion, right? We saw a lot of the humanism throughout the Renaissance and through their sculptures and artistry. Also, it's the desirability of books and other written material, admiration of classical views and teaching of ancient Greece and Rome, the fascination with a greater understanding of the world at large, and also an interest in literature, art, government, and philosophy and science. So we're reviewing over Humanicism because you'll see that throughout this lesson as well. Our big question is, how is the spirit of Renaissance represented in the artistic achievements of Michelangelo and Raphael? So the last chapter, and we're going to reread in the last unit, last lessons. Oh, tongue tied, boys and girls. In the last lesson, lesson 5, we read chapter 4. So what I want you to do, boys and girls, is click here, and this will take you to your Amplify account where you will be able to read our chapter 4. So I'm going to give you a few moments to do that, boys and girls. So go ahead, and I will pick right back up and discuss. Okay, welcome back, boys and girls. So just a quick tip. So I know when I clicked that link, it popped up this. So you're just going to go ahead and you can log in with your Google or your Clever, and it'll bring you right into into the book for you to read, boys and girls. And another cool thing about doing this, sorry, say a book is opening. You can just go ahead and you'll be able to go to chapter 4 and start reading. Boys and girls, also during this time, if you're reading it and you're working from home, you can also listen to the reading of the chapter 4. But I just want you, it's always good to go back and read, just because you might miss some important information that you did not read the first time. Okay, boys and girls, on to activity 6.1. So after you reread chapter 4, I want you to go ahead and start on activity 6.4. So throughout chapter 4, it talked about a lot of Michelangelo and Raphael's achievements. So we're going to stop right here and pick back up, and I'm going to explain a little bit more of 6.2.